I'll let this mesmerize you with the lights. I'm just gonna give a quick talk. I'm hearing a lot of stuff as I'm working on projects and getting active on what you're passionate about right now. What you're good at, what gets you motivated. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm freaking sore as all get out. I have a lot of irons in the fire. No pun intended, Aries. By the way, I've been hearing a lot about self-sabotage again. So, do your best not to overthink. Like I said before, stay off social media. That doesn't help. I do get on just to talk here and there with people. I'm done red pilling people. If you haven't all figured it out by now, if it comes up, I will. Just to prove my point one more time. Aries, I think we're about to have a new Jupiter cycle for the collective, and it starts with us. It starts with this season. And then as soon as Jupiter goes into Aries, which is first house, your whole identity is going to become larger. Okay? Everything that you've been going through, okay, I've been getting a bunch of downloads about this. I've just been taking them in, internalizing them, and then through meditation and physical work to move energy around through my body because I'm an Aries. That's when I get the meaning of the download. It doesn't usually happen right away, but I've been getting a lot of closure things. This cycle that's closing, and I got a lot of synchronicities I got to talk to you about. A lot of new developments since the last time I got on here. Things are happening really freaking fast, y'all. No more time for being stagnant. See, even my cat agrees, don't you, Jack? I mean, that's one thing. Status quo just does not work for me, and it shouldn't work for anyone else who's on this journey. Excellence and doing things, the right way, and not just the quick way. That was one of the lessons Saturn had to teach me. We were getting all those squares Aries over there when Capricorn Brigade, which is Jupiter, all that discipline that you've been learning, this goes for the collective wherever you have the house of Aries in your chart. It's going to be lit up this month, big time lit up and expanded on once Jupiter gets in there. And you want to know what happens when it gets into when Jupiter gets into Aries? I think in May, it retrogrades back all the way through to Aries again. It's there for a while. I think we have a no. Well, we might have a Mars retrograde too. I think in August. It's either that or it's Jupiter, one of the two. Could be switched around. So there could be some glitches and things that we're going to have to go back over. I know if you're wherever your first house is, all that new identity, you're going to be putting it into action. Um, you're going to be doing it probably. How do I want to put this? As the sun moves through all the houses, say your identity, you might be switching jobs. Your identity, as it goes into Taurus, will be actually going to that physical job. Like that's all going to be really supported, I feel, in this upcoming year. And self development, more self development, self control, self mastery. Luck on everyone else to do the dirty work when they need to rise up and do it for themselves. Everybody would just do for themselves. This world would be a much better place and live a life of freaking excellence. That's some Saturn talk right there. If you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. And that's how I feel about most institutions, too. These old, archaic institutions, man. Things are about to shift over the next few years. And I just hope that everybody's stays calm. I mean, whatever God's going to do, God's going to do. I mean, I heard about volcanoes and stuff all over the place and earthquakes the past days. I guess Japan got hit, and that's where my kid is. And I'm just like, oh, God, please protect him. You know, it's not bad enough. He's right there next to, you know, Iran. And, you know, either way, enough of that. You guys might be thinking about projects too in this upcoming. You guys have probably already been getting the downloads of what you need to take action on all through Aquarius and Pisces season. hmm In whatever department, whether it's love, money, finances, home, your family, however, career. You've been getting nudges. Most people on this globe know right from wrong. Some people just like to gaslight and act like they don't know what's right from wrong. So this is where our faith has to come in. Not take freaking actions in our own hands, but let the divine do it. Last I knew, God could smite whole cities if he wants to. Ask out Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, that's right, it's no longer there. God can stop any of this at any given time. Hope y'all know this. However, I think that there's some things that have been set in motion that people just don't, doesn't matter. So while we're here on this planet, we have to do our part to at least make the people around us not lose their shit. And we have to stay grounded and protect the ones that we care about. And mostly do what you're called to do. Help people if you need to help them. Enjoy your life. Even if shit looks like it's falling apart, which it does, awful, I know. Do the best you can to stay in peace and harmony. I get it. I'm an Aries. Mars is a planet of war. Yeah, well, I mean, I have that. I have that side. There needs to be a big time balance. I mean, says in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for peace and a time for war. There's duality there. So, I mean, I'm hoping to bring a homeostasis to all of this in my own life that the things of the outward no longer affect me. And I think we can get to this point if we begin to actually just accept things as they are and go with the flow and stay kind and stay caring to ourselves and those who really care about us, but don't cut off opportunities. I mean, yeah, you could feel out opportunities, but we don't want to self sabotage anymore. You want to, you're not going to see miracles happen in your life if you don't put yourself out there to make them happen. You'll see miracles start to happen. We are in that manifesting time, and oh my goodness, when Saturn goes into Pisces, look out. We only got another year of Saturn in Aquarius, people. I think he's already like 20 degrees through Aquarius. Good grief. He's exalted in Aries too, so whew. Wait till Saturn gets into Aries. Jeez. I think Neptune will be going in around the same doggone time, and Pluto will be shifting over to Aquarius. It's going to get crazy, astrology wise. Trust when I say that. You know, people would always say, this is just blue thinking out loud. People would always say, in the Bible, God says, do not fear 365 times in the Bible. One for every single day of the Gregorian calendar. I wonder why they do that. It's like, do we really know if we're in the year 2022? As much as they even messed up time in the calendar and they did all that bullshit. Like, what year is it really? Just me thinking out loud. Do you ever think about that? A lot of people haven't, but this is the type of shit that I've been getting. Sort of some of my little philosophies. Trying to stay in a much calmer headspace. Y'all, wait till you I got uh, a little plan coming up here. This bedroom ain't complete yet. I kept on saying it. Something back here needs to be done yet on this wall. I figured out what it's going to be. And it's a tribute to my Pisces fish. Mm-hmm. My Pisces granddaddy always looking out for me. So yeah. Hi everyone who's on here. Rapidly, I gotta tell you some of the synchronicities too, that of the stuff that has happened to me over the past 2 weeks. Well, you saw some of the pictures, I'm sure. Ended up going out to Ohio, and what happened there was Saturday. I was watching some stuff on ancient aliens and stuff like that, and ancient like American unearthed giant stuff. Very strange, I know. And I saw on YouTube that there was this place out in Ohio. It's called something Earth Newark Earthworks, something like that. I had the pictures on there. It's ancient mounds that had, when they dug some of them up, they found out what it was under there. Uh, yeah, it was mounds of, and it's like shaped in like, well, it's just crazy. Okay, you wouldn't, bizarre. It was very peaceful there, though. I don't know if it was the company I was with. I mean, I was with an earth sign. That did help. He was like my grounding rod the whole week. I didn't have any kind of anxiety. I didn't, I don't know. I was able to help him out with some stuff. He was able to help me out with some stuff. And helped me realize some things that, I mean, I just came up with the conclusion just by being around him. You didn't even have to say anything. Yeah. But yeah, I had a great time. That was fun. I got out in the woods. I got to go dig up some flint. That was great. That was like the perfect first date ever. The perfect first date. And it cost gas money. But that's what this girl liked. That was fun for me. And then I come home and start getting other synchronicities and stuff like that, like we all do. And one of the things that I started noticing is that whole energy of self sabotage again. And I recognized it. And I'm like, I think not. Sometimes we as human beings want something so doggone bad, we end up self sabotaging ourselves. You know, I'm right. And Aries, we are, yeah, we usually been waiting so doggone long that we seem impatient. Well, I think the last 12 years in this last 12-year Jupiter cycle, Aries, yeah, I think you were forced to learn patience, especially the last 3 years. This wasn't something that most of us was comfortable. And anyone that was picked out and came on this journey and this path of dealing with narcissistic people and just cruel, awful human beings, seem like you're always getting screwed, luck never went on. Yeah, that was this last 12-year Jupiter cycle. To those of us who have been having a shit last 12 years, oh, how the tables are turning. I can feel it. Like the abundance that I feel isn't even about money. It's about self worth and I mean, yeah, there's material possessions involved in that, but many of us had to pick ourselves back up after getting slammed. Where what it seemed like any which way you went, there wasn't no door, there was only walls. And this might be just a collective message. So I think you guys are going to start coming in contact with doors now. Where doors are going to start opening and other ones are going to start closing. You're not going to feel like you're boxed in anymore. Things very well, if it's right, things will very well happen naturally and at the right time. However, we cannot force anybody to go along with what we think our plan is for our life. We have to let people be individuals too. They can't lose their identity because they're with you. And that's the whole narcissistic empath struggle is they want you to come, and many of you can chameleon to do that as an empath. They act like they're different, but then you realize they're a whole other. And before you know it, they fragmented your soul, and you have to work on yourself to get it back. However, when it does start to piece back together, you're going to be way more solid and you have a lesson that you overcame as a result of it. Made you better. I mean, painful, but that was my last 12 years. I had to go through this over and over and over. One of the things I just had been so closed off as a human. Like, I just, feelings became weird for me after a while. But hey, I notice I can feel again anyway. So just I was numb. Very, very numb. Dude, every time I do a freaking love reading, that's why I didn't do love readings. I just wasn't, yeah, all these dickheads would come out in the readings. All these ex narcs. It's like we were beacons for them. And I usually would attract both. I'd attract broken empaths like myself, and I would attract the narcs too. I mean, look, I'm cool. If people want to be a narcissist, whatever, just be a narcissist over there and just leave me alone. You want to be a narc? That's great. I don't. I want to be able to feel like myself again and trust people. And I notice God is bringing in a whole new caliber of people in my life. Yeah, I'm getting a whole new caliber of people. I still got all you guys. I'm talking about in my personal life, beyond social media and YouTube. And I believe everything I'm saying that I'm telling you, I feel like is going to happen for you too, if you choose to put yourself out there. I'm not saying anything's going to work out the way whatever, but I'm going to let it in God's hands at this point. That's the only thing we have to be able to trust is ourselves, and the divine knows what he's doing every single time. Whether it works out or it doesn't, then there's something better. And you learned how to do something, or something came out of that. Hey, this is a little bit of woo wisdom and knowledge. I'm not really talking about the elites tonight. I'm happy. I think I rid them out of my energy. So, like I said, if I have to red pill here and there, I will. But I really don't want to. I want to get back onto my spiritual journey, and that's what I've really been working on. Hang on a minute. One of the things that I would always talk about too is people who don't believe in God and you do. Like, there really can never be anything special or that is ever going to work out in a relationship if you're unevenly yoked. And I'm not saying you have to, I'm saying about atheists and, people don't believe there's anything. People who've never freaking doesn't know the first thing about, trying to do better and excellence and repentance and self mastery. They don't give a shit. They live out of their lower third chakras from their solar plexus down to their freaking root. They don't live in the creative senses where they get downloads from the Most High. They live in a program. If you're on my channel, I've been talking about this for the longest time. Like, I can't look. I can only red pill people for so long. If people don't know the shit by now, then they're just gonna have to get it from someone else. I'm moving on from that. And I would appreciate that. And I do not comply to any of them coming into my readings or on my channel anymore. Like, get your readings from someone else. Who gives a fuck? I don't. You can do what Divine told me to do. You just keep doing what the Divine told you to do, which I don't think you're a part of that, but you just keep doing what you're doing because the Divine will work it all out in the end. That's the way I look at it. Just stay out of my readings. I don't want to be picking up on that fucking low ass energy. Like I said, you guys, this year, and Happy New Year, by the way. I very well, tomorrow is Saturday. I had the majority of my work done. Um, I still got a bunch of shit to do, but I may just take the day and enjoy it and pull cards tomorrow. I'm gonna have to clean out my office a little bit, but yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. So you very well could see me come on and pull cards. Um, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen brand new for every single one of these signs. Wherever you have Aries in your chart, whatever house that is, get prepared. There's something about to spark up there. You wanna know where I have Aries out in my chart? My sixth house. Yeah, health, all of that stuff. You wanna know what happened when the last Jupiter cycle to your girl here? I was in a car accident. Almost at the exact point when Jupiter went into Aries. I was in a fucking car accident. And yeah, I'm finally feeling a lot better. I've been going to chiropractor and stuff like that, and I've been doing stuff around my house. Y'all wouldn't believe how much shit I'm getting done. My closet's almost the whole way finished. I'm actually finishing up laundry right now. And I actually have an idea for back here. Like I said, it's as a tribute to my Piscean, the age of Pisces. So y'all can figure out what that is. You're gonna love it. I'm just telling you, you're gonna freaking love it. It's a great idea. And I just came up with it. Ooh, there goes my. Okay, we came up with it this evening. So if you guys are getting cool ideas and the divine starts I got. What happens is, I get drawn to places and people, and it just seems like the shit is abundant. And that is what has been happening. This new, I don't know about you guys, but like the last 12 years, it just seemed like you couldn't win for trying. Like you could try something, it might have worked out for a while, but then all of a sudden it just didn't work out, or something happened, or something needed to be delayed, or something along those lines. Tell me I'm wrong. Waiting and waiting and waiting, and yeah, I know. I was there too. But I sat back and I observed this closing of this horrendous Jupiter cycle. And I'm like, why did I have to go through all of that? Because of what's going to happen in this next upcoming cycle and what I'm called to do. I needed to learn this shit. Like I said, thank you for my training. I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I'm going to continue doing what I do for the collective online until we no longer can. You know what I mean. Catch my drift. Like I said, these people want to blow this planet up just like they did in freaking Atlantis. I'm hoping there's intervention if you catch my drift. I mean, with the sun going into Aries, and then we're gonna have Jupiter and Mars going into Aries at the same time. What does that sound like? Venus is gonna go through there first. It's when they actually split apart is when they're in Pisces. Yep. So be prepared over the next 2 months. Make sure you get your canned goods. Make sure you get as much shit that you can. That way, if you have to go out, you only have to pick up hopefully certain things, and at one point you'll be able to get them. I've been picking up stuff. I've been tracking stuff like a sucker. Make sure you stock up on batteries. Make sure you get yourself pop lights. Make yourself lanterns. either battery operated or pop lights or even solar lights. I'm probably going to be selling some, so they'll have crystals and shit in it. So you're aware. I got a lot of new products I'm going to be making this spring. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to start it in March. Well, excuse me, May? March. Yeah, we are in March. Hoping to be able to start them this May and be adding to it. Like I said, lots of projects. I get that much stuff to remember to do that I have to make lists or I'm on overload and I can't sleep. So it's always good to keep a pen and a piece of paper right next to your bed. That way, when you get an idea and you can't sleep, just write it down so you can come back to it the next day. Just highlight it or something. You might get a download in response to that that'll make it even better. That's what I've been noticing. It just seems like you attract those things to you to make it happen. It's going to make you feel so much better. All right, one of the synchronicities I have to tell you about. And this seems to happen every single time, bar none. I start talking to someone else, start liking someone else. What usually happens when that happens? Well, usually certain people come back into your life, try and disrupt it. It's happened a couple times with me. Well, I got a message the other day through Facebook Messenger that said my divine masculine will be getting out of prison this year. And I'm like, oh, I thought I at least had another year. So I don't know what all that means, but yeah, doesn't make me very thrilled. I didn't think it would bother me, but it really does because people have ruined really good things. And one of the, I opened up and said, to my person is that he's very manipulative and that scares me. If he would even show up, his energy is very manipulative, almost intoxicating. It's disgusting. And that freaks me out. Like, I don't even, like, I hope he gets out. I hope he is happy. Just, stay away from me, please. That's all. I don't hate him. I wish him the best. I just don't want to be with him. I want to be anywhere near that. That's how I feel about most of these people from that past last 12-year cycle. It has been hell, pure hell. Liars and yeah, narcissists is what most of them were. Probably 99% of them. So yeah, you have to empty out and make room for. I mean, not even talks about. You can't put new wine in old wineskins. God couldn't put his more anointing and all that other stuff in your life when you were still messing around with these people that don't even know God. They have zero interest in learning who God is. They don't care. They just didn't give a shit. A lot of people, I look at this as across the board. I mean, many people claim that they know God because they affiliate it with a religion. But do you really know God? Do you want to get to know God? That's probably the biggest question. I mean, many people think of God as only the lower chakra region of God. They don't think of him in the higher form of an all loving father, mother figure, because God encompasses both. People don't think of God like that. They think of him as Zeus, the lightning bolts coming out his ass. That's what they think of God. Oh, he's going to strike me down if I cuss. Not how God thinks. His ways are much higher than ours. And we just needed a bunch of rules to put God in a box so that we can make rules to set out and give to other people on that type of shit. Like I said, Jesus came here, he suffered. Most of us, we came here and we suffered too. They just didn't kill us yet. You know, it's one of those things where make sure whoever you're with, collectives, at least has an open heart and an open mind to learn that they're not set in a different program. Because I found people who were set in all these different programs. And I hate to break it to you, but there's Republican narcissists too. Just like there's Democratic narcissists. I think the Republicans are just coverts, to be honest with you. That's why Donald Trump annoyed him so fucking much. He's an overt. They just wish that they could have been as bold as him. Probably why I like Donald Trump so much. I didn't like him before he was president, but I found him to be quite comical on the world stage, to be honest with you. I really did. I ain't pandering for any specific whatever, but at least he was entertaining. So, in this next Aries season, you have one more day, T minus 24 hours and counting, till we are going to be going into Aries season. Be prepared for anything. Anything. I suggest that you do that over the next few months. Like I said, God's going to be doing his thing, and we just have to allow it. Exposure's already been happening. I mean, my God. Now the Hunter laptop is true, from what I'm hearing. I mean, is it? Is it or is it? Is it not? Is it true? Of course it is. They don't want you to know that though. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's all true. Kitty porn on this friggin' laptop. That's disgusting. Like I said, they've been targeting kids for a very long time. Even us 70s kids. Us indigos got freaking targeted like a mofo. And this just so happens to be, I really feel the moment when the tables actually begin to turn. These people are going to be eating out of the same fucking dish they served you. And the thing with you empaths is you cannot feel bad for God's judgment. Do not try and step in. Don't do it. Let God be God. Let God be God in their lives. You all learned your lesson, I hope. So if these people try and come back and they haven't changed, and you're still hoping, wishing and hoping and thinking and praying that these people come back who future fake and lie and cheat and steal and destroy your peace and make your life hell. Make sure that you're doing the energetic litmus test. At this point, you can tell when your energy feels good around somebody and when it does not. There's even a slight hint of agitation or energy drain. Make sure you beat feet quick. Beat feet out of that, man. We have no time for these games and shenanigans anymore. Dealing with people, they're not worth it. Like I said, focus on yourself, your home environment, your family, and the people who love you the most. And if you watch the news and you sit there and take in what they're saying, it's like I said, I noticed. I sit and watch the stuff now and I'm no longer absorbing it. Most of the people that I watch actually are critical thinkers. They see from all sides of it. Most of us want no fucking part of any of it. Just want to live our lives in peace. And we shall do that. I think I can get about 10, 20 amens on that. However, with Mars going into Aries and Jupiter going to be there right after the sun's there, Aries, be prepared to battle. Not that you haven't been training the past 12 years, but you're going to be tested on what you learn. Also, if you're an Aries North node, same thing. If you're moving toward that, make sure you're lining up with other people who are Aries that are high vibrational, not the low vibrational ones. Please God, no. And you'll know them by their fruit, people. You will. You can tell. You can tell if someone changed energetically at this point. Like I said, Aries always needs a real good freaking earth sign to ground them. Not necessarily Virgo either. When they're mutable. Poor Virgos have been having meltdowns since 2020. I feel bad for Virgo, which is technically sixth house. So for me, it's been 12 years. Go figure. My mom's Virgo. I have Saturn and Cancer. Yeah, it's been fun. Being honest with yourself, trying to be as honest as you can about stuff with others, whether they fucking like it or not. Speaking your truth, whether people want to hear it. People are abusing you, and you came out and spoke your truth, and they still continue to do that. Do yourself a favor and walk the fuck away quickly. Don't let the red flags freaking keep on blaring and, the universe is giving you all these damn signs of like, stop. What do we want to do? Fix people. That was our own pride. When people with personality disorders and shit like that, the only person that can fix them is the divine creator, and they have to have a willing and want to. And if those two aren't combined, you're screwed with that person ever changing. They can try all they want and say they're going to change, but they don't have a relationship with God. That change will not happen and stick. Same thing with alcoholism. Same thing with drugs. Same thing with all of it. Because you're dealing with higher forces that control those substances, whether or not you realize it or not. Higher forces also that control people in power. It's the same thing. And God's kids that are here, incarnate at this time, we see beyond all that. We know exactly what the hell is going on. We speak our truth and we move on. If the collective picks it up, great. Like I said, I'm just happy that I was able to instill in other people that actually gave me the opportunity and the chance that saw my content. They actually understand that I'm not just this woohoo spiritualist. They actually understand I have an education. I'm not stupid. And they got red pilled too, and now they're doing that job for me. I'm happy about that. Congrats. I appreciate that. I can move on to my spiritual stuff. And like I said, if I get messages here and there, I'll tell you. But at this point, I give no fucks about really what they're doing. Like, I stay red pilled up for myself, but I mean, people want to talk about it, that's great. You can email me about it, any of your questions, but I really do not want to be giving prophecies about this shit anymore. They don't deserve my time. My collective does. So what they do is they come in and they insert themselves and their energy in my reading, and I pick up from them. Like, I would definitely will be blocking them out from here on out. Absolutely. I'm here to help us grow, not them. God don't like that. He still loves them, but he does not like them. There's a big difference between like and love. It's the same thing with all my exes. I still love them. I don't like them though. Not any of them. But I can have that duality and feel indifferent of the whole thing. Like, it's that whole settling in indifference and feelings and stuff like that. And that usually takes a long time to be able to trust people again. You know, and if your vibe connects with somebody, keep them around. If the vibe does not connect, and you'll know, you already know. You know, let it be. Whatever will be, will be. Don't get caught up on the whole freaking outcome of any of this. We still have Neptune and Pisces, people. So, I mean, you could be feeling things out. Make sure that you're doing everything of the highest integrity and intention. And if someone's not doing their part, trust God. He got this. He'll expose all things. And hopefully you won't feel so hurt about anything anymore. Because whatever was supposed to happen is going to happen. You got to let go and let God and stop controlling everything. That has been a download that I needed. Only control what I can control and myself. Anybody else, I can't control them. However, if it doesn't align with my beliefs, my morals, my ethics, they've got to go. They can go be immoral, unethical, and disgusting somewhere else. In this upcoming time, the start of this new year, because this is the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. This new year, I want you all to think about keeping your oil lamps full, your abundance flowing, because you know as soon as creativity stops, abundance stops flowing. So you need to be in your emotional side and move that energy through, especially if you're an air, especially if you're the first four signs of the zodiac. Once you get moving and motivated, one of the things Aries always has a hard time with is the integrity part of making sure you follow through with shit. I'm the perfect prime example of that. It's not that always seems like there's something else. So that's why making lists again has been brought to my forefront. So I started making lists again. That way I can get everything off the doggone list and get things done the way that it should be done. Either way, stay creative, people. You know, if you know what you went through before, like I said, the fact that my masculine is after 3 years, I'm just like, okay, couldn't have got an extra two. But yeah, everything's happening very, very quickly. I'm usually the manifest person. Like I said, manifesting generators. If you're in here, you know what I'm talking about. You have to wait till something comes to you. You magnetize it through your vibration. And when it comes to you, you feel it out. However, that we have to take an extra step as a manifesting generator. We're not just attracting things and, you know, you have to take action on it. We usually have to sit with our feelings as a manifesting generator and feel it out first. And then you can change your mind at any doggone time. I mean, all the way up until the point of leaving your house. Like, you're going to do this, and then you never do it. Well, I suggest that you manifesting generators, unless you're getting a definitive no, at least get out there and try it. You don't know what you're missing. In these horrible, trying times, it's good to have somebody you can talk to that understands you on your level. That's why I said I got me a Capricorn. Somebody who's freaking ground. Oh, and he's a Taurus moon. Someone who's grounded and can keep my ass grounded. Also helps. I don't know what it's going to turn into. I have no idea. I like him. We'll see what happens. He likes me too, I guess. We'll see what happens. Like I said, when I said I'm moving on, I mean it. I don't fuck around with low vibrational people. They don't deserve another second of my time. Not one. Neither do they deserve another second of your time if they mistreated you in the past. Thank goodness I haven't had any conflict so far this month. It's been peaceful. Very peaceful. Got a lot of shit done. And I'm still getting more stuff done. Then I have another project that's in the works, and you guys are going to freaking love it. Just telling you. Yep. Like I said, I'm going to dedicate it to the age of Pisces. Either way, collective. Yeah, I should have that project like pretty well up and running by next week. I got mostly everything I needed. I won't be able to complete it until probably the following week. Yeah, I'm super thrilled. I think you guys know. Love it. Pretty sure you will. By the way, collective. Let me see if I can get on and do a starseed reading for the collective tomorrow. I know I've been telling y'all this, but tomorrow I'm really, 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 really gonna try. Oh, by the way, on my way home, when I drove home from when I was out in Ohio. It's funny, my masculine popped in my head. This always seems to happen. I didn't even get to tell you the rest about how I went out and met Brian. Yeah. Like I said, I saw that thing on the History Channel about the earthworks out there in Ohio, and then he's a friend of mine. I met him at a concert back in 2018, 2019, 2018, with my son when he got home from Romania. And he was there at the concert with us, and we ended up becoming Facebook friends and have been talking for the last 3.5 years on and off. He likes the way I think. I like the way he thinks. Lots of cool shit. Not the same, but the same path type stuff. Like, dude goes to church. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he aligns more with my thoughts. First century church type stuff. Well, shit went wrong. He grew up Roman, some for kind of Catholic. I don't know if it was Roman Catholic or not, but yeah, he grew up some for kind of Catholic. I don't know. He went to Catholic school, for Pete's sake. So yeah, well, like I said, he ended up contacting me, and out of nowhere, I was just like, I need to come out there sometime. Like, we need to meet up. I want to talk. Just out of nowhere. And he messages me back. He's like, well, matter of fact, I'm off all this week. So that's what I did. I went out there. And I had the most amazing freaking week ever. It was great. Like I said, I got a lot of flint, and I just had fun. I was able to help him with some things, and he helped me through some things. On my way home, after I left, which was kind of hard to do, but when I left, I ended up coming back in through um, part of in Pennsylvania, and there's a huge ass prison that I drove by, which I'm pretty sure that's the one that my masculine was in or was in. And then he just popped in my head, and I kind of dismissed it and kept on driving, just whatever. And then, like I said, a couple days later, I hear he's getting out of prison, and I'm like, okay, stay away from me. Like I said, I had a great time, and then this happens. And like I even told Brian, I'm like, it's not that we just had a crazy, stupid, intense connection, and he's very manipulative. So no, I really don't want that back in my life. But it freaks me out because it's like I don't really want to be tested on that, you know. Kind of just want him to stay away forever. And I'm finally freaking happy. I think many of you are going to have the same doggone dilemma. What are you going to choose? I'm choosing somebody who seems to be much more equally yoked to me. I think the rest of you are going to be finding yourselves kind of in a similar, like one's could have been an ex or whatever that you masculine possibly or feminine from your past might try and come back and schmooze you, or you'll be tempted in some way or another. Make sure that you're testing the energy. If you are repelled and want to run, that's a nudge from the universe to say get the heck out of there. Or if you're so friggin' intoxicated that you can't even focus and concentrate, it's because somebody's siphoning your energy. You need to check your body when you're around people. That was one of the things I did when I came home is I'm like, oh God, thank God I'm not drained, because that was the most I've been around somebody constantly in a long time. And he didn't drain me. It was like, well, that's different. But that's the type of stuff that I mean. Check your body, make sure that you can tell the different caliber of people that are coming into your life now. Because if you're able to freaking open up and admit your truth and your true feelings about who you are as a person, who gives a shit what was done at this point? If you overcame that, that makes you a bigger freaking person. In all ways. Or if you're still overcoming that, know that you will. Don't give up. We're going through to the other side. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of that happening too. Like I said, some people check their energy. Some people might be coming back that are truly changed. They might not have been a narc. But if you know for a fact they siphon your energy like an energy vampire or any of that kind of stuff, just be prepared. These people kind of did you wrong are gonna regret it. I mean, unless they're narcissists, and then they won't. So don't expect shit. But if they're not, I mean, and sometimes they do anyway. Sometimes they just try and come back and freaking see if they can get back in. When you put the fucking hammer down on that, make sure you close that door permanently. Like when I freaking said goodbye to my masculine, I meant that. It was like, forget I even exist, dude. I don't exist in your world. So just forget that I exist and move on and let me go. You care about me like you say you do. He hasn't talked to me since. I might have offended him, but and just that in itself, when you say that to sociopathic narcissists, like I'm a little bit freaked out. I can say that. Like I kind of am. I don't know how he reacted to that. None of my business. It's like just want to be left alone by him, and I want to move on with my life with somebody who deserves me, because I deserve it. I deserve a good person, not a piece of shit. Same with the rest of you. Call them how you see them and freaking do what's best for you, collective. They say Aries is selfish. Well, say yes to the things that you get a good intuitive hit on. If it doesn't feel good internally, listen to your gut. It ain't steering you wrong ever. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. You all have a good night and take care. Be prepared, y'all. Shit's about to get heated up, and Happy New Year. I'll probably come on and do the New Year's reading tomorrow. So be looking out for that. I am coming on doing the freaking Starseed reading tomorrow. See, the thing is, matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll make the thumbnail, or I'll make the live thing, and I'll schedule it. So then you guys will know when it is. It probably will be tomorrow evening around like 5, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll make the thumbnail and post it. Okay? Love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Happy New Year. And I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.